Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary people, hello. So guys, it's really late at night and I decided to film this video. Don't ask me why, cause I have been the whole day out and about thrift shopping, buying stuff for my house. So I bought plates, ceramic plates, all that boring stuff that adults like. And I decided to come back home, have my little dinner. I even decided to have my dinner while filming this video, but then I thought it would be really weird. I know people do mukbangs, but answering TMI, uncomfortable, non-Muslim girl friendly questions while eating chicken. Yeah, the other day on my Instagram, I asked you guys to ask me questions. I feel like I don't do one of these videos for the longest time. So, let's sit down, unwind, relax, and maybe subscribe to this channel while you're at it. And by the way, did you see my little intro? How cute is it? Shout out to the girl that did my intro. Her details are in my description box if you want an animated intro. She's your girl. Subscribe to my other platforms, please. You know, IG is dying and it's been really ghetto there, but I still need you guys to support me. Let's get started. First of all, let me put this out there. I am too anemic for this video. It's freaking hot today and I had to close the windows for audio purposes. So I have a candy so I don't die of low blood pressure. And second of all, I'm too Islamic for these questions. They're not appropriate, but it's okay. Of course, I have to be the brown girl on the internet. Sorry, mom and dad. I know. Anyway, guys, let's start. First of all, this video is giving me this t-shirt. It says it all. Let's go. First question. I'm 17 and I recently started dating. What would you totally consider a red flag on a partner? Wow, started dating at 17. Girl and boy and non-binary people, I think that it doesn't matter if you're dating a guy or a girl or whatever, but if you are with someone that does not respect your boundaries, cut them off. Never do anything that you're not ready to do, and never be put through situations where you feel uncomfortable and you feel like someone is forcing you to act a certain way. My next red flag would be don't date someone that's hyper critical of you. So it's already bad enough to, go through this life, especially if you're a woman. It's horrible. What society does to us, the scrutiny that women have to go through every single day and what they're put through. Do not date a partner that overly criticizes you. I understand that there needs to be character growth, and I understand that everyone needs to be put through some tough love sometimes to grow up and be better. But for example, I'm gonna give one of my examples. One time, one of the guys that I was with, I was wearing a pair of jeans and I felt really good that day. I really like how the jeans fitted my body. And he looked at me and he was like, those jeans make your ass look saggy. Last but not least, I would consider a big red flag to people that talk a lot about their exes. I mean, if it's normal to talk here and there, I feel like especially if your ex if it left a lot of trauma on you, of course you will want to sometimes talk about that trauma with your partner. I know I did that. I resorted to my partner as a friend and seeked help in him. But I wasn't constantly talking about my ex. A person that's 24/7 talking about who they were with, no. Be there for them if they're going through something traumatic and if they need your help, but do not carry a person that has unresolved feelings with someone else, because then you will end up getting hurt. Trust. Next question. I recently feel like everyone hates me. Why does it feel like I'm so hard to love? First of all, I want to give you a big hug if I was there. So I'm not there, so I'm giving you a virtual hug. You look like you really need one. It's normal. I feel like sometimes we feel like we're hard to love and everyone around us hates us, especially when you have your boundaries really well defined. Because it's hard to people to fuck with you, I feel like it's easier to hate you. People love people that they can control. But in this case, I'm gonna tell you something. How we feel about ourselves definitely does, translate in how we carry on life. So if we hate ourselves, people that, find us hard to love will definitely come in our life. I feel like everything around us is a reflection of what we feel, what we think, what we are. And if you're projecting hate can definitely come to you. If you're projecting sadness, if you're projecting all these things, they can definitely come to you. The mind is really powerful. So I would advise you, first of all, to work on yourself. Definitely change that mindset. And it's hard. It's really hard to change your mindset. You can't do this overnight. It's a constant work. It's a constant battle. You're fighting your biggest enemy, and that's yourself. And it's really hard. And surround yourself with people that make you feel loved, make you feel amazing. And you know what? I really also recommend you doing something significant every single day whenever you want to achieve a goal. I don't know, like do something nice for others, and I promise you'll feel good about yourself. Next question. How was your first kiss? Asking for a friend. Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible, and the worst part is I did not know what I was doing. It was really uncomfortable. All of my friends have had their kisses and I was the only one, and one of my best friends at the time was there and she was watching and she took a photo. Yeah. How did you know your fiance was the one? I was asked this question before, and I don't fully feel like you have a moment where you think, okay, this is the one. I feel like it's a gradual thing, and I started noticing how me being around him and how most of my past trauma was being healed and resolved whenever I was around him. So I used to be the most insecure person ever. I used to feel horrible, ugly, horrible about myself. And whenever I'm around him, and even I don't need him to feel this way again. And I don't need to be around him to feel great about myself. He made me grow up to be such a confident person. He was that elbow? This is an elbow. He was that shoulder that I would lean on whenever I felt shitty about myself. And that's what made me feel like, okay, this man is the one, because he loves me, he supports me, he is my biggest fan without any doubt. And that's the type of people you want to have around. You don't have to have someone that makes you feel like shit. You need to have someone that genuinely supports you and loves you and will always be there for you. That's how you know that's the one. And second, I knew that he was the one because of his very caring nature. Yeah, his very caring nature. He took care of me. He took me to a hospital one time. We stayed there for hours, like 10 hours. I was starving, I was crying, I was tired. And he sticked with me those 10 full hours. And I looked like shit. I felt like shit. He saw the most vulnerable, wrecked part of me that day, and he still stayed. He still told me I was beautiful, and that's the one. That's the one, girl. Oh, I don't want to answer this one. What was your most embarrassing moment with a guy? I don't want to do this. I don't know how to do this. It was actually with my fiance. Yeah, I once accidentally farted on his leg. How does one accidentally fart on someone's leg? Good question. So, I was sitting down in his lap and we were watching a video, a very funny video. and I was laughing so hard that I farted on his leg. He felt it. He was so polite and so kind to tell me nothing. But I just looked at him, was like, you felt it, right? And he was like, yeah. At least it didn't smell bad, you know? Anyway, again, one more about my fiance. Was it difficult as a brown girl introducing a white guy to your parents? First of all, my fiance is white passing, but he's not white. He's mixed. Both of his parents are mixed Mozambican, mixed other things. But we're not here to like discuss his ethnicity. Anyway, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, and I've been wanting to make an actual video with him for us to like openly talk about this and hopefully help other biracial couples out there, like brown girls and brown kids. I know, for example, in my community in Mozambique, marrying a non-brown and non-Muslim person, and especially if you're a woman, it's really not okay because people there are really conservative and some people will definitely criticize you. Unfortunately, some of those people are your own family, and I've been through that. Even though they try to be silent, I definitely have heard and have seen things that upset me. Actually, I have this one friend that told me that part of her family did not attend her wedding because she could not take the racism. That's not what Islam teaches you. Islam does not teach racism. Islam is a religion based on peace and love and equality. So she just felt like, okay, I'm gonna cut these bitches off. Kudos to her. That was amazing. Anyway, my personal experience, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. It was really complicated for the longest time. So I dated him 5 years. Only on the 5th year, I was done. I literally told my mom, I'm like, are you gonna keep pretending that he does not exist? Because he does. He has been in my life for 5 years, and you guys need to meet him before you take your conclusions and tell him. Like, if you think he's a shitty person, then I'll drop him. But you guys really need to understand what I see in this person. He's amazing. He makes me happy. So my parents came to the conclusion that 5 years is a really long time, and we do want to see our daughter happy. And, you know, they made ends meet, all in the sole purpose of making me happy, their child. And I am lucky to have parents like that. Was it easy? No. Did I have to lie a lot? Yes, I'm a really good liar. Unfortunately, I'm a really good liar. That's a trait on brown kids. We are good liars. We are amazing at coming up with any type of excuses on the spot. We are ninjas, detectives. We can do it all, because we have to hide so much from our parents, unfortunately. So if you are a brown boy or brown girl, if you relate to me and if you're going through something, I promise you from the bottom of my heart that if it's meant for you, just trust in the process of Allah, because Allah does not fail. He does not fail. When things are meant to be yours, they will come to you. But never give up on this fight. Never give up on your happiness. Always, always, always strive to have your rights and fight for them. How are you so confident? Well, let me tell you a little secret. I am not. So my journey to self-confidence was something really, and it's still something really challenging. I was really, really insecure. I would never think that I would have the balls to come up on a camera and talk about my life and show myself like that. Even the way I show you guys how I wake up, I never thought that I would ever have the confidence to do that. But I actively work on myself when I tell myself stupid things like, oh, today I feel ugly, today I do this. Yes, there's good days and there's bad days. It's all here, you know? If you make people think that you're confident, if you trick people, you end up tricking yourself. And you know what? We're human beings. Understand that there will always be someone prettier than you, someone funnier, someone smarter, someone more successful, but no one can be you. And as cliche as this advice is, it does really apply. The math is mathematicking, bestie. Anyway, there's also this part from Euphoria. You know Maddie? Maddie and I are very similar in certain aspects. I see Maddie and I see my past self. So Maddie has this part where she's telling, she did Cassie's sister's makeup, and she was like, oh, don't I look stupid? And Maddie was like, yeah, you know, sometimes I do feel stupid, but I don't care. I just do my own thing. So that is what you should be. Don't care if someone makes fun of you, if someone thinks you're cringe, you're this, you're that. I know people used to think I was weird back home. I know, and I know they still do, but I never let that get to me. Do you, boo? Next question. What was that? How do I move on from a friend we just stopped talking? Okay, so first of all, I want you to understand that people moving on and just stop talking to you is completely normal. It's not personal to you, or maybe it is, but like, I'm a type of person that I will ask someone, like, what's up? Did I do something? Are you pissed? I feel like if it helps you have closure, try to talk to your friend and ask her, like, oh, why do we stop talking? Like, did I do something that you didn't like? I feel like that always helps. Open communication. And I don't know if you're like me, but I prefer to hear the person say, like, oh, I just don't vibe with you anymore. I just don't want to be your friend anymore, than ghosting me. If that person is open to have a conversation with you, great. If she is not, understand that friendships come and go, people come and go, and you have no control of that, unfortunately. As much as you love someone, you cannot control people that in your life. You can only control yourself. So if this is triggering something in you, if it's making you feel some type of way, maybe think about it, like, oh, why am I so pissed about this friend? Just stop talking to me. Like, ask yourself these type of questions and get to the core understanding of why do you feel this way. Anyway, if you're really young, let me tell you something. Maybe this will comfort you. I have one friend since school, just one. I don't have any other friends from my school, and this is the person that has been with me since day one. All of my new friends, my recent friends, are like friends that I did in my, adulthood. So, and I'm still making new friends. So always be open to the possibility of like people coming and people going, because it's the cycle of life. It can be stressful. It can be painful to grow apart from someone, but you cannot control that, honey. Life is like a glass of water. You cannot keep filling a glass that is already full. Water will spill. It does not make you lose anything, though. It makes you gain space to gain something new. That's how I see in life. I never lose. I make space for new things. I'm very insecure about having a smell down there. What is your feminine hygiene routine? Okay, let me tell you something. Having a smell down there is so common. Everyone has a smell. I'm smelling like curry right now. Whenever I sweat, I legit, I'm not joking. I smell like curry whenever I sweat. But I hate that pop culture made this stereotype of like women. Kourtney Kardashian one time said on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like, oh, when you drink pineapple juice, your vagine tastes like pineapple, or it smells like pineapple, or I don't know, put mayo so it smells good, or Harry Styles with watermelon sugar high. It does not taste like watermelon. It does not smell like watermelon. It does not smell like flowers. It does not smell like pineapple too, okay? It's no pina colada. It's a fucking organ. And we all have a smell. Okay, but I will tell you one thing. If you are going through like a yeast infection or a urinary infection or some sort of infection down there, which is really normal, it is normal to have a more pungent, stronger smell, but it also has to do with your pH, and everyone goes through that. Make sure you're drinking water every single day if you are insecure about smelling. Also, I learned this from my gynecologist. So when you drink, I need to drink acid water. So this one is the best one for me because I am prone to having urinary infections. But people that are a little bit more acid should drink alkaline water. Yes, water is good for everyone, but you do feel a difference in your pH down there when you start doing this. And as for feminine hygiene, my hygiene, so I use a gel. You cannot overuse a gel. Girl, I cannot stress this enough. When I was younger, I had the worst yeast infection because I was over cleaning down there. I was overusing my gel. It's horrible. So the vagina has a protective flora, protective mucus, and whenever you're wiping it off all the time, it gets prone to having infections. So be careful to not over clean it. So that's my biggest tip for you in terms of feminine hygiene. Do not overdo it down there, okay? And drink water. I swear to God, water does wonders. Our body really needs it. Last question. What would be your number one advice for a young teenage Zara that you will later on pass it to your daughter one day? First of all, it would be the gag of the season if I just had boys. Actually, it would be the gag of the season if I was ever a mom. But I would tell young teenage Zara that I would tell her to not stress enough about finding a purpose. Everyone finds their purpose in life eventually. Putting a time limit on your dreams, your career, your aspirations, your goals is the biggest that society created for people. So I'm currently 26 and I can tell you one thing. I love where I am right now because I am in the process of growing, but I feel like sometimes I do feel like I'm a little behind certain people that I see, especially here on the internet. It's so easy to compare myself to younger people that have more success than me. But then again, I try to remember that everyone has their own pace. I will eventually reach all of my goals, be super successful, be 100% fully independent on my own. It does not matter what age it will be, but I will do it. It took me a really long time to find my purpose in life and to understand what I like and what I don't like, and that's okay. You don't need to have everything figured out until you're like 24 or 25, or you have your whole life to figure out who you want to be and what you want to do. And what I want to do right now, it can change. In 5 years, 6 years, it can change. And I'm entitled to that change because I'm a human being and I'm constantly growing. Last but not least, I would tell young teenage Zara, especially when I started dating, girl, do not take so much bullshit. You cannot change people. This is the saddest, most hardest lesson I ever had to learn in my life. I stayed in such a toxic, vicious cycle relationship thinking that I could change someone with my kindness and love and understanding, and all this time I neglected myself. So whatever I would tell to young Zara, to my daughters, to my sons, to my nieces, nephews, anyone out there, you cannot change anyone if they don't want to change. You can only change yourself, and you cannot control people or decide for them. When something is not right for you, or you feel that is not right for you, you have the power to remove yourself from that situation. Do not stay. Do not stay in something that does not make you happy, because I promise you, nothing in this world is more important than your own happiness. How do you want to make other people around you happy if you're not happy yourself? Always prioritize you. And last but not least, this advice is going to be so cliche, but just be yourself. Honestly, I recently started embracing more of my weird side and in myself, and I just feel more free and more liberated and happier. And everyone back home when I was younger made fun of me. They thought I was fucking weird, and they probably still do. You know what? I don't really give a f***. I don't really care. I'm just being myself. I'm just doing my own thing. So that's my biggest advice to you. And I'm happy. And I'm happy doing this. I'm happy being me. Anyway, guys, if you want to keep watching more of these videos, and if you want me to do more of them, comment down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Put that bell notification thing on, so you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. It makes me happy and it makes me grateful to all of you. I don't care how many views I have on my videos. 2 people could watch my videos and I will still be happy. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. And do not forget to follow me on my other social medias. I know they're weird down there, but you know what? Go catch me. Go support me. Thank you so much. Bye.